Think for a moment about a specific person in your life, someone whose very name makes your chest tighten or your jaw clench. When we experience deep betrayal, especially from a close friend or family member, it feels like a literal theft. Something valuable was taken from you without permission, and you build heavy walls of anger to ensure it never happens again. But holding on to that anger creates a strange trap. It's like you are swallowing poison, all while waiting for the person who hurt you to fall ill. The anger fails entirely to punish the offender. Instead, it serves as a prison where you are the only inmate. A wounded heart is like exposed earth baking under a relentless sun. What starts as a protective outer crust eventually becomes a deep spiritual drought. The symptoms of this internal drought show up in your daily life. Your peace fractures. You lose sleep, replaying old arguments, and slowly your capacity to give and receive love begins to erode. The terrifying reality of this state is that once the ground is fully hardened, it cannot water itself. We simply do not possess the internal machinery to manufacture the rain needed to soften our own defenses. To escape this barren isolation, the intervention has to come from the outside. It requires a source of relief that doesn't depend on the conditions on the ground. The book of Ephesians maps out a path for this kind of rescue. It identifies the presence of bitterness and wrath as a toxic infection, offering a radical countermeasure. Now, the immediate objection to this is usually, but they do not deserve to be forgiven. They haven't earned it. And that is entirely accurate. Grace operates on a different logic. We forgive because our massive, unpayable debts were canceled by God long before we even asked. Forgiveness means handing over the heavy burden of judgment. The cross allows us to safely transfer the right to exact justice to a higher, perfect authority. Relinquishing this gavel lets you leave the courtroom entirely, returning to the present. Divine grace permanently detaches your peace of mind from the person who hurt you. Relinquishing that control changes the very rhythm of your day and the physical sensation of the air in your lungs. The sudden arrival of unconditional grace feels exactly like the first drops of rain finally reaching a devastated landscape. Realizing that you are the recipient of God's unmerited favor is a powerful force. It is the only thing truly capable of penetrating and softening the bitter outer shell we build around our pain. Healing finally gains traction the moment you accept unconditional grace from your Creator, rather than waiting for an apology from your enemies. To maintain this newly won freedom, we can put this shift into practice. We call it the cross surrender. Take a piece of paper, write down the name of the person who hurt you and exactly what they took from you. Then close your eyes and visualize Jesus on the cross, absorbing that exact burden. Draw a thick red cross directly over their name and declare out loud, "Lord, I give the right to judge over to you. I choose to forgive because you have already forgiven me." Then tear the paper to pieces. Make it a physical, tangible declaration that the debt is canceled. When you physically destroy the record of that anger, you make room for new life to push through the now softened soil of your heart. This conscious act of surrender takes a pair of bolt cutters to the emotional chain that has been anchoring you to your past trauma. If your chest still feels heavy right now and you are exhausted from holding your defenses up, allow the ultimate healer to step in. Pray this with me. Jesus, I am tired of the bitterness. I give you my brokenness, my anger, and my pain. Please wash away the resentment and fill me with your peace. Amen. If you prayed that, you have taken the most important step toward your own restoration. The healing has officially commenced. Claim your freedom right now by typing "I want to be free in love" in the comments below. Share this with a friend who is tired of being trapped in bitterness, and make sure to subscribe for our next video. True justice is safely held in God's hands, which means your only remaining responsibility is to live freely in His love. See you tomorrow.